So again, the quote by Tony Robbins, failing to reach your goal is actually giving you your destiny. And you need to begin to get comfortable with that in life, you're going to have some contrast. You're going to have some certain shifts. You're going to have different things that seem to be opposing your forward movement. You're going to feel blocked. You're going to feel stuck. And like I said before, sometimes it sucks to be stuck, for sure. But ultimately, sometimes being stuck is going to cause you not to settle for something that's going to be less than the best for what you've actually prepared for. So it may look again like you're failing, but you're not failing. The thing about it is that you are just coming into a greater alignment with a trajectory that's going to be the highest and best for you at this phase of life. And again, for what you've been preparing for. Sometimes you're going to have to just wait it out. You are. And it is hard. It is. It can be really hard. But I'm saying to you, you don't want to settle. You don't want to settle. You don't want to come into this season of your life where it's like, I need some relief in some way. I got to do something. I got to get something. But getting that something, again, could still be settling. You don't want to do that. Sometimes that being stuck is that you're actually in a season where you're being pruned. And sometimes when you're being pruned so that you can bring forth a greater harvest, so to speak. You know, you think about with roses or so, with floristry, so to speak, that there's a pruning with plants. You have to cut them back in order for them to expand. Even in the Bible, we learn that you prune the vine because the vine is going to then produce more. So you want to be able to have yourself in a position for that expansion. And sometimes that means you're going to have to wait it out just a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. And again, it may seem like you're failing, but you are not failing. You are just coming into a greater alignment with something that's going to be true for you. So I've said it, before, that I can't tell you how many times it has been an absolute blessing that certain things did not come into fruition. And I know you all have experienced that too, where you look at, wow, I'm glad that didn't work out the way that it did, even if it was going to be good. You just realized that it was going to be settling, whether it's been a job, whether it's been a relationship, whether it's been just whatever it is that you've been waiting on and something that you've been pursuing as a goal that you want to see come into fruition. And those manifestations haven't taken place. But again, you're not in a time where you need to be settling. So celebrate along the way, all right? Celebrate the small wins, so to speak. They all add up. But just make sure that you're not settling, and make sure that you're not going through this season of your life looking and reflecting over your journey, just saying, I have failed at this. I haven't been able to bring this to pass, so to speak. Again, it will happen. Sometimes it's going to happen in a different way. And that can be a stuck place for people, that sometimes you're looking for things to happen in a certain format, and maybe God is trying to do something different and bring it about differently, and you're still stuck on a plan that you think has to come to pass a certain way. But sometimes that's the shift that you need to make. And sometimes what you think is going to be the greater thing actually isn't. So again, it may look like you're failing and you've been hustling out here and you've been trying to make things happen, so to speak. And again, that type of energy is causing you to settle, where you kind of need to just shift. You need to pull back from it and see, is something else queuing up here? Do I need to be, paying more attention to something else, where I'm beating the drum of the same routine and I feel like I'm failing over and over and over and over again? And it's like, no, that's not what's going on. You got to change your perception around it. If you want the grander trajectory of your divine destiny to come into fruition, then you're going to have to be willing to let go of the good so that you can get the greater. So again, failing to reach your goal sometimes is giving you the destiny that you want, but you got to be awake to that. So that's my encouragement, is that you will pursue, so to speak, the more expanded context of who you are, that you don't settle out in something that could be okay, kind of mediocre, so to speak, and it could bring you tremendous blessing and joy, but it's not really what it would demonstrate your fuller potential, so to speak. All right. So that's what I have for you for this vlogcast. And I hope that this will be beneficial for you to come back and listen to, especially in times when you are feeling stuck, so to speak. Also, be sure to check in the description. You can get your Masknificent merch and Her Majesty merch. And I look forward to being back with you soon. Take care. Stay blessed.